Hello, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I am Cabotsaurus Rex. Remember, every day we wake up is another victory against not waking up. Anyway, so we are finishing up Act 1 completely. And so we're finally going to do the weekend thing with Natsuki. And then after that, on the day of the festival, I'm going to issue a huge trigger warning now, especially for people who are sensitive to topics of depression and self-harm. Because let's be real here. After this point, the whole thing is just a big trigger warning. Anyway! So, if you could do me a favor and jiggle the like button around a little bit, and then take the subscribe button, hook it up on a meat hook, and then dance around in a fancy waltz. That would be superb. Just great. Alright, so now let's get started. Hee. Speaking of trigger warnings, I'm my own trigger warning. Haha! Now it's behaving. Son of a biscuit. Boop, 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 boop. Oh yeah, on one of my episodes I said it was funny how this was a Linux operating system. Then I go, oh, it might be Apple. You know what, guys? Apple pretty much took their operating system from Linux. So I'm just going to leave that one there. Yeah. Okay. There it is. Aw, man. I'm the last one here again.
Don't worry, I just walked in too.
Oh, were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. That's right, we went through all this already. Hey, yo.
Huh?
I look up to see Natsuki standing next to me. Are you just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't that much time, so...
Sorry. Didn't mean to make you worry or anything.
It's not like I'm worried. Gosh. I was just... Natsuki glances down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand.
That's right. Something just came up for a minute, but we can get started now. I won't make you wait any longer.
Jeez. Now you're making me feel like a jerk. If something's bothering you, then you can just tell me to leave you alone and I will. I mean, assuming you didn't feel like talking about it or anything. She practically mumbles that last part.
Nah, I'm probably making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. I've just been thinking about Sayori, that's all.
Sayori? Thinking about her?
Yeah, she seems pretty down today. But she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her.
Oh. Natsuki exhales. Well, first of all, you should really work on your phrasing. But anyway, you're her best friend, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Then in that case, I think you should trust her a little more. If she needed you, then you would be the first person she'd go to, right?
Well, I guess that's true.
I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important.
Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes.
Cats? Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a little more obvious.
Yeah. I should have thought of it that way from the start.
Natsuki fiddles with the book she's holding in her hands. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she?
Don't get the wrong idea or anything. We've just been friends for a long time. It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were worried about me, so...
I was not. Jeez, if you're fine, then let's hurry and get started already.
Yeah.
No, nothing else? Okay. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Sayori! Huh. It's nice, I guess. There we go. I'm gonna go with Yuri. Yuri doesn't want to talk to me. Monica. Hi, Cabot. Have you thought about what you wanted? Sticking with the Natsuki style once more, I see. You really like Natsuki, don't you?
That's...
Oh, come on, Cabot. It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day, pretending to like the manga that she's into.
You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me.
Huh? No, I think you're misunderstanding, Cabot. It's not like Natsuki just hates anyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yes, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who's indulged her as much as you have.
Is that so?
I kind of knew that, but I just didn't want to admit it. So I just need to ask one thing of you. Be careful, please. Natsuki is kind of unpredictable. A lot of times she doesn't even know what she wants. After all, she's the youngest one here. She's like a month or two younger than us because we're all over 18. She might not know how to handle her own feelings properly. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, then it could end up damaging the club, too. And you wouldn't want that to... And you wouldn't do that to me, right? I'm not sure how to respond to Monica. While I care about her and the club, it's also kind of unfair to bring that up. Well, you're smart. I'm sure you'll do the right thing. Monica smiles sweetly. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, all right?
Okay.
The lady who knows everything whips me around like a hurricane and an idiot in a storm. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers, or blah 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 blah. Natsuki! Let's see.
You're certainly enthusiastic today.
Of course. You know I like your writing.
Just surprised. It seemed like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before.
Well, of course. I just had to put you in your place a little bit. Jeez. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Ugh. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer. That's such a dumb thing to get jealous about. God.
Natsuki,
What?
you're not very confident about your writing, are you?
What are you talking about? My writing is obviously the best. Right? Aww. It took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. If she acts like she's the best, then other people might think that way too. Right? Cabot, please just tell me you like my poems. I don't care if you hate them, just please tell me I'm the best. I just really need to hear that from someone. I know I sound stupid, but there's a reason I've never shared my poems before this.
Natsuki,
Because nobody ever takes me serial. What's the point in sharing my poems if people just laugh and say, "Oh, that's so cute. That's just like you, Natsuki." Sometimes I don't want to be cute, but nobody understands that. I try really hard when I write. That style doesn't matter. The emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just want... Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lips started to quiver. I look down. Her fists are clenched really tightly.
Hey, Natsuki. If you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem.
I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxes her grip on it. I place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles she put into it. Don't read it! Before I can pick it up, Natsuki snatches the poem up from the desk. It's not any good, and I know you hate my poems, so you don't have to read this one, okay?
But I want to read it.
But why?
Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I didn't look much into it. But I know you better now. And it's wrong for Yuri to think that your style is more amateur than hers. And Sayori, she always means well. And sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness, she doesn't understand what people really want. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you. And I'm sorry if I was part of that problem. I understand now. You're not just cute, you're a lot more than that. Ah, Natsuki, you're doing it again.
Once again, Natsuki clutches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her. But finally, she forces herself to extend her arms and set her poem on the table. You can't read it. Just turn that way. I don't want you to look at my face right now.
Okay, I will.
Because you. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around, but when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward, because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout, but my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty because you listen to me. When something is above me, I reach for the stars, but when I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all of my heart, but what do I do when it's all torn apart? My faith is a little bit stronger because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feelings to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because you. Aww. Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then just say it. I won't get mad.
No, it's not that I don't like it. I was just a little surprising to read. I guess I'm just not to you hearing such nice things coming from you.
Where's my... There it is. Don't just say that, dummy. What do you think the point of writing is? Expressing things that you can't just say.
Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I always mean well. And I'm happy that you showed this to me. I liked it.
Well, yeah. I'm a pro, so... Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Just remember, I can think these things sometimes too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's meaningful.
Ah, I'm glad.
Sensing Natsuki is satisfied, I start to hand her the poem back to her. But as I do so, Natsuki takes my hands and pushes them back away. Her small, soft hands surprise me with their assertion. I don't want it.
Why not?
I just don't. Chase. I realize what Natsuki is doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna keep it.
Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would... Never mind. Just, I'm glad that you want it. Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself. That's all for now, so go put it away before someone else sees it, okay?
Yeah. I'll go do that.
With that, I return to my seat so that I can put away Natsuki's poem. But she didn't read mine. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Oh, and we're gonna... These two are gonna argue, and Monica's gonna go blah, 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 blah. So...
Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people.
Don't worry, baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Just a minute ago, you were saying that... That's because... Never mind, okay? Well, anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it after all. That's good. Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's a little hard not to feel bad. So, that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome.
I don't think that really counts.
What about you, Cabot?
Me? I guess you could say I'm interested how it'll turn out.
That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? She's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting too. It's not that big a deal or anything.
Well, it might not just be that. I think Yuri might be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help.
That doesn't mean... Ugh. Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulders. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here, and you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, not gonna lie. But you're gonna make the atmosphere special. And that's really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event. Yeah. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so... Fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized that you didn't even have a way to contact me.
Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind.
Jeez, good thing I stopped you, you idiot. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything.
Why would I do that?
Huh, because you're a bonehead. Natsuki gives me her number. Okay, I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients.
Wait, you're coming to my house?
Well, yeah. What's wrong with that?
I mean, I just figured since I'm the one helping, I'd be going to your house.
Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me.
Really? It's kind of strict if you ask me.
Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just needed to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. Okay, bye! I'll text you when I'm coming over.
Alright, fine by me.
Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. Oh my gosh, and it has nothing to do with that silly manga we've been reading. So you'd better look forward to it.
Didn't you just say you were gonna give me the dirty work?
Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I would act like... It's not like I could act like in front of everyone that I was looking forward to this.
Wait, really?
Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all this is, so...
Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you Sunday.
Never mind. That's right, Natsuki. You keep him under your thumb! No, I'm kidding. I can't believe this. Natsuki is coming over to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language, even though she doesn't want to be considered cute. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club the other day. And we've got her confession. There we go. I spend only a few minutes back at home anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door to let her in. Sup?
Hey.
I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such a cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Jeez, don't make you feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in.
I see you brought a lot of stuff.
Natsuki is carrying a large bag that's probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part.
Well, of course.
I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she's a little different outside of school after all?
Anyway, let's go to the kitchen.
What, you're not even going to offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Cabot?
Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman?
I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me.
This is ridiculously heavy.
Haha! I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed?
I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. Seems like I always underestimate you.
It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest.
Hey! Your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much?
It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, jeez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we getting started or what? This is a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What?
That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that.
Hey, now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know? And just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Ah! Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red.
Natsuki,
forget it. I didn't say anything.
I should apologize.
Huh?
I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. And I'm being a dumbass. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours.
How would you know that anyway?
Just trust me on this one. Roll 34.
Gross.
Hey! Was that to me?
Who else?
Man, let's just get started already.
Haha. You get all sour when a girl tells you you're gross. I finally found your weakness, Cabot. You're disgusting. You filthy, dirty boy. Natsuki smiles deviously.
Please spare me.
Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now. Finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid. Oh my! And plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. I can't get over the spilled fluid. Oh my god. That just sounds so bad. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Cabot, where did you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays.
I think it's in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for?
To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite.
Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing?
Do you want to?
You're asking me. I don't really have a preference, so...
Oh, come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you at least try to have fun?
I'm having fun.
I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each.
Ah, that does look pretty cool.
See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes light up.
Like the ones you made on my first day, huh?
I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too.
Yeah, maybe I will use the food coloring then.
That sounds like you're starting to understand. Gah. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring.
Yeah, it's getting there.
We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. Ah? The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying?
Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer.
Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it! After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing is already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Ew.
Your icing, huh? Are you forgetting who did all the work?
I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I've got my whisk.
I'd like to see you try.
I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger just as Natsuki tugs with all her might.
Ah!
The force of Natsuki pulling causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Ew, gross! Boy cooties! You got it on my face! Guys, I can't.
And whose fault is that?
There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Oh, God. Jeez. You know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger toward my own face. Take your own batter, sir.
You wish.
I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Oh my. Stop it.
Not until you apologize for calling me gross.
Fine, fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease a girl like that.
Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either.
I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. These characters are all over 18. Jesus. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. God, oh my... Oh no, I need a second. I need a second. This is... Jesus. Her face is entirely red. habit. You really shouldn't do that kind of thing with girls unless you really like them. You know, sticking things in your mouth like that. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me just like that? How did the moon turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Huh? I don't know where the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven.
Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet.
No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that?
You should have checked before turning the oven on.
Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove, and in another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now.
Yeah.
The tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads. But the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened. Ah, that smells so good! The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Look at how cute they all look! She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays.
They'll look even better once we add the icing.
Ugh, not like you need to tell me that. I brought the decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have the nozzles that will make them look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it this time, though.
What's this one for?
I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others. Oh, that one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like, happy birthday, or whatever.
I see. That gives me an idea, actually.
Huh?
Well, it's a literature event, right? We can make it more literature themed by adding a different word on top of each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on a word they like.
I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid since you're a dumbass and everything. But that's actually a really cute idea, so...
Haha! Maybe I'm getting it from you. Maybe you're rubbing off on me.
What is that supposed to mean? I'm not cute.
Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute.
Well, Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you.
Huh? Did you say something?
No, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Gosh. Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle into each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. Look at how pretty they are together.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
I wish I could have one now.
Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that.
Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite.
Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner.
Oh, come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner.
Already? That's a shame.
It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance.
Man.
As usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip.
Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any.
I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you.
Yeah.
I think I can think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point it feels like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today!
You too. I'll walk you out, I guess.
Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. See you tomorrow.
Wait, Natsuki.
Huh?
What you said before about not always having this chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over any time, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere.
Do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression.
Yeah. I want to spend more time with you.
Cabot, I thought you only cared about getting this done. Ugh. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I didn't really want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so... Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Woo-hoo.
Wait, Natsuki.
Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the side of my shirt, as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me. I felt it for a while now. Eh? Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori?
Huh?
Hi again, Cabot.
Sayori. Just now we weren't...
It's okay, Cabot. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Aw, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off, and Sayori waves goodbye.
Sayori.
And we're gonna skippity skip dip 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 dip. There. Because there's no, like, good answer in that one. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori, but Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes by myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki does about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Cabot! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early.
It's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now.
Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So, that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you.
Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think on days this important she'd try a little harder.
I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. I suddenly feel awful knowing that it's not nearly that simple for her.
Yeah, you douche.
I only said it because that's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Cabot. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Beep, beep.
Exchange? Monica, you know about that?
Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all.
But...
I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet.
Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so...
Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think.
Huh?
Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I feel a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice.
Yeah, sure.
I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks.
Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously.
Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice.
What's this?
I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different than the ones she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Get out of my head, 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 get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Cabot? What's wrong?
Nothing.
The poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that,
I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so...
well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Trigger. Warning! Don't strain yourself. Bitch. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they've always been. That's all she needs, and that's all I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect the answer, since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in.
Sayori?
She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door.
Sayori? Wake up, dummy.
There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door.
Oh!
That's why I said trigger warning. An exception has occurred. C-Tree is back. The hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it had always been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club, screw the festival. I just lost my best friend, someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can rest, reset, and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. Fiend! Okay. So. Yeah! Oh, no, we're gonna flip back to this. That's fun. That is a nightmare. Okay, anyway, that's the end of Act 1. Oh yeah, okay. At first I was hovering my mouse over it, and it didn't So, next time on Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, we are going to click on the wingdings here, and we will, the dialogue and everything's going to be a little different, and we'll do some act 2s on Yuri and Natsuki. But until then, I hope you have a fantastic evening that was interesting in the music. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day, evening. Fantastic things! Putting good things out into the universe and your lives. And yeah, keep being a badass. Remember, you are loved. You are important. You and your feelings are valid. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye!